Hello and welcome to the Hayden Show. And again, turns out I got the what the topic will be wrong again last week and the week before and the week before that. But I'm pretty sure we've got it right now. Okay, so we're going to be talking about the steamed hams phenomenon that's going around YouTube. You know, all those steamed ham jokes and stuff like that, where they replace it with like the music of an All Star or We Are Number One. Yaz, honestly, my favourite meme. Why are you looking at that, Tom? I'm pretty sure it was steamed hams.
Oh no! I was taking the piss!
I'm pretty sure it was steamed hams.
I was taking the piss, I wasn't actually muted. For the context of that, because no one saw it, she left the call because she thought I was muted. Reality was I was taking the piss, keeping the joke from last time. Well, I actually was weirdly muted, but I wasn't.
Asshole.
As soon as I saw your face, I was like, I better speak before she does anything, but you left as soon as I started. Anyway, no, Hayden. Today we're doing Simpsorama. Yeah, big crossover for Fox between Simpsons and the then finished Futurama.
That explains it. Yeah, you put that episode on, and I saw Principal Skinner. I was like, "Oh, steamed hams!" And I think I clicked off the thing and started watching that instead. So that's what I did the entire time.
We watched season 26, episode 6.
Okay, it's not steamed hams. I'll go quickly watch that on Disney Plus. Now I've watched it. That was pretty quick, actually, like 5 seconds. I may watch another steamed ham video, but still. A bit more of a different like crossover. It's still like fun, quite entertaining. Unlike the other ones, like the art style will always be like the same because of it being
Matt Groening.
Like basically, it's the exact same art style. They even do jokes about that. We're saying how Bender is basically a robotic version of Homer. It's true, actually. a lot of like same ones, like the scientist and the other scientist. I don't know Futurama that much. I just know Bender.
Farnsworth.
But yeah, that guy, he was like the scientist from Simpsons.
Frick.
Like, there's a lot of cool parallels. It's a pretty like interesting plot. I mean, it's the idea of like Bart sees into a sandwich. He gets put into a time capsule along with a lucky rabbit's foot and a picture of the bully's dad. That was funny. Yeah, and then he gets put into like a big into the ground, just totally not filled with loads of toxic waste, and totally does not mutate loads of rabbits, which makes Bender come back in time to kill Homer, but becomes friends with him. It's like as crossovers go, it's fun, entertaining. It's generic, but entertaining.
It's quite a big deal of a crossover though, really, because I think at this point Futurama had ended, and obviously we pissed everyone off. So to bring it back in this sort of capacity was a big fucking deal.
Yeah, they're getting all the voice actors back and stuff. I mean, like there's definitely some good jokes on there. Like I like the fact that when they all get sent back into the future, Bender's still left behind with Maggie and goes to bet on some horses that he knows will win, but decides to go for the one that's named after him. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I mean, like for the plot, it's pretty simple, but it makes sense that of all the people, Bart would be the one to create these mutated creatures, and that they would think at first it's just Homer, then realise it's also just half of Homer's DNA, also Bart's DNA. You don't have to kill Homer and Marge, just their kids. Oh, yeah, it's quite fun. I mean, as like Simpsons is one of those ones where like can be kind of hit or miss sometimes. Sometimes really funny, but sometimes like especially nowadays, getting to that kind of stale.
The last series I watched, I was not into it. It just didn't hit the same numbers as like this previous series.
But I'm glad this one was still funny. Like, I think the Futurama one probably helped a lot.
Yeah, Futurama. I've never seen a bad episode of Futurama in my life.
Yeah.
Very consistent, which is a shame it got cancelled. Well,
yeah. I think Futurama was fun. It's basically taking the concept of like Simpsons, but putting it in the future.
Yeah.
I think they're ripping it off a lot.
Yeah, because there's obviously a lot of sort of things that you'd find in Futurama, like Scruffy when he blows his own brains out. You wouldn't see that in a normal episode of Simpsons, only Halloween episodes. That's something you'd see all the time in Futurama, is something stupid like that, where Scruffy just goes, I got no mustache, okay, bang. And then Homer killing these gremlin creatures, snapping their necks off. That's something you wouldn't see in Simpsons, apart from, obviously, the Halloween specials. But it's something you definitely see in Futurama, because it's definitely something from that sort of type.
I mean, it does feel like a Halloween special.
Yeah.
Simpsons. It's got that kind of feeling, especially like the whole like, oh, these are Bart's like creatures. They're all these little mutated things that are killing people, but like it just happened to affect Futurama instead of affecting them at the start. It's quite interesting. I do like how they get brought into it. I mean, like it would make sense they'd send Bender back in time. And the fact that they made the little joke of like, oh, time machines don't exist. We used some kind of quantum field to like come through Bender. But how does Bender get back here? Oh, a time machine. But you said, hush, child. But yeah, I think as well, Bender being the first one they send first, that was a good choice. Because, as we said, he's basically Homer, but more murder.
Yeah, and it helps build that basic bromance between the two characters.
Yeah. It's got that kind of same feeling as the Family Guy one.
Yeah.
The whole, like, oh, they're basically kind of the same character. Let's see how they interact with each other. Which is quite fun. So, yeah, it's entertaining, pretty good. I mean, I haven't watched it before, so it was a big surprise that it was actually kind of good. Like I said, like Simpsons, I've gone off Simpsons a lot. It's never like I've ever said it never hit same. And I've always been more Family Guy, but it was definitely worth a watch. What would you say was your favourite part of that, Tom?
What does my favourite part was? Oh, the bit when Ben is in the basement.
Oh, yeah.
And he tries to push the dog down, dog bites him. Tries to push Bart down, Bart bites him. And then he does this elaborate trap. He's had to go down to the basement to put the trap in and come back out the basement. And he's got Bart dangling there, and he's got like tasty boy or something. And then he picks a can of Duff instead, and he's like, "Oh, I don't drink my loved ones," and beats him up.
Yeah, that one was good. I would say my favourite part of that one is it's got to be the whole like Bender with the horse racing. In fact, they're looking after Maggie, and then when they all come back, and like, oh Maggie, your diaper's really heavy. And he's like, I'll deal with that. Here's your cut. He takes all the money out. Like, here's your cut. Because Maggie's always that kind of character of like, she's actually more smart than she looks. She puts the money back in the thing. That was good. I definitely enjoyed it. I mean, I'd say I'd watch it again. Like a lot of these, they are fun to watch. It's definitely worth watching. If you're a big fan of like Futurama, it's definitely a good one to watch. Like even if you think like, oh, I don't like Simpsons humor, it's too like it's not as like dark as I want it, like Family Guy or Futurama or American Dad. It's still worth the watch because it's got the bits you like Futurama, but puts Simpsons that level. And the fact that, like I said, this art style, the only difference between the art style is the fact that they don't look like they've got kidney problems.
Which is the joke.
That's the only difference. Yeah. Don't drink the water.
Everyone looks like hepatitis. I definitely would love to see a Disenchantment crossover with Simpsons.
Yes, because that's the same, like,
same
makers,
people.
isn't it?
That'd be like an interesting thing. Like they come from the past, or even the Simpsons go to the past and have to deal with that crap. That'd be interesting.
Or it's like a Ben 10 scenario, like the whole like it's alternative universe kind of thing they've gone into. It's like Simpsons have done many different types of fucking crossovers. Like the Family Guy one. Remember that Lego episode where it's all Lego?
Yeah, and there's like obviously it's not technically a crossover, but there's a drawing of them in there's a drawing of them in like South Park. The Lego one was a crossover. There's literally an episode. There's like a 2-part episode of South Park which is entitled "The Simpsons Did It," and it's like they're trying to like come up with a plot, and they're like, "Oh, the Simpsons did this plot already. You can't do that." That's like a whole plot of an episode of South Park, and it's like really shit drawings of the Simpsons.
Oh, I mean, all those like crossovers. Well, like, do you remember the crossover? Like whenever like Family Guy like adds them into it.
Yeah.
Yeah, like there's the one where like Stu's like going around on his bike and like hitting stuff.
Runs him over.
Yeah. Who's that guy?
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. Like Futurama, it's entertaining and it's good to see it come back again for that episode. I think I would like to see more of the show again if they can bring it back again. They've got the art style, revitalise it. Bring them back. What's the point of like keeping Simpsons going along, that is now like that kick in the bucket that is.
It's like
last leg
31, I think, at the moment.
Yeah, and it's like if that can survive, even though like it used to be really good, and then it's dying down. If that one can still be kicking around, why can't Futurama?
So like at least like a revival, and I feel like don't go too far with it. Like go to a certain point and stop again, because at the end of the day, I think if they drag it out too long, it's gonna be like The Simpsons.
The same like thing.
That's what happened with Family Guy. It's been dragged out for that long that it's starting to become a bit meh. Whereas American Dad isn't.
I get me. Yeah, what I would say for them to do is like bring Futurama, like do like a Rick and Morty every now and then. Don't do them like
every other year. Every other year, basically.
Yeah, just every other year or so. Do a series and then give a good break. Like, it will have more hype to it.
Yeah.
Like, next one's coming now. It's like coming this year. Can't wait for it. Good to watch. It's definitely worth bringing back.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And if you agree with us, send a message to Tom and call him a dick.
Okay, Hayden, you got a verdict for this? I feel like you've run out of steam on this one.
Yeah, because it's good, but it's like, I think this one of those it's good, but there's not much to say about it because it's just like a normal episode, really. Nothing really stands out. Like, oh, this was so amazing, but it was still entertaining to watch, and I would say I'd give it 68 out of 10.
What he's going.
I know. I know. Yeah.
I've noticed the decline in the numbers now. It's like I've ordered them the way you've so far put them. Because Simpsorama episode 4 goes in the 4th place position behind episode 3, episode 2, episode 1. Hopefully we can actually intertwine some in between some of these rather than it just being I've labelled them the exact way you're fucking gonna rank them.
I think it's because we started off with like what I'm the most familiar with and what's my favourite of all the things. And we've gone down to more like stuff that I'm less familiar with. Like, with like the Ben 10 Generator X, I'm familiar with both of them. the Marvel and Fizz Fab, I'm familiar with both. The Billy and Mandy one, like I'm only familiar with Billy and Mandy, not Kid Next Door. And this one, I'm only familiar really with Simpsons, but aren't as big a fan of it anymore. And I've watched a few Futurama episodes, but I don't know much about it.
Yeah.
It slots in there. Maybe a few other ones might be higher. And maybe one of them is going to be really, really incredibly low. We'll find out. Another episode of Batman.
Da-na-na.